This program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, isn't now this a fitting way to start our Saturday Catterday with some lions that is fast asleep, in a little bit of shade that has been offered by a magic guarri bush here at Djuma Private Game Reserve in the world-renowned Sabi Sands. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me here on the Safari Sentinel, we've got Muscles and Paw and his little teddy bear. And well, what a nice way to start this Saturday afternoon, sitting here with these lions. And it's the same lions that we had this morning. It's 3 Kambula males with their sister, and they have not moved a bit. They moved maybe like 20 meters just to find some shade for the day, and that is about that. And you're not going to get much more from them. Even got the one male on the right there, as you can see, nicely lying on his back. His paws are in the air. Comfortable for the afternoon. But yes, joining us on our safari this afternoon on a Wendy, we're going to have a Tristan and a Panda, and all the way down in the Eastern Cape at a beautiful reserve called Amakala. Got Eric and Morgan, and our beautiful, stunning, amazing, talented team there in Johannesburg. Our 2 directors is Jordan and Gwyn, and our tech guru that side is Sips, also known as Sapiwe, also known as Smiley, also known as Giggles. And then we've got our amazing tech guru this side, our Max, also known as Showmax. It looks like the tech guys have got a lot of nicknames. So yes. Oh, and okay, thanks Jordan. So they call him Sweet Sip Lips. Sweet Sip Lips. Alright, Sapiwe. Anyway. But yes, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, please make sure that you do subscribe or join as a member so you can send all comments and questions through. You also get some amazing benefits if you join as a member on our YouTube channel. Or if you are watching on our Wild Earth website, that is wildearth.tv, make sure that you do register so you can send those comments and questions through. And we are here to answer as many as possible. Or if you just want to have a good old chat with us, jump onto X, also known as Twitter, and just go on to #WildEarth, or just type in #WildEarth. But yes, what a lovely afternoon. No sun, there's a lot of sun. No clouds, just blue sky, and 4 lions that is pretty much fast asleep in Lion Land, in Lion Lala Land. Oh, looks like the female got her head up at the moment. It's just the one. Maybe she wants to move out the sun there. Haha! Canine girl, a magical sighting under a magic guarri bush. Indeed, canine girl, indeed. But look at this beautiful girl. I think she might be lying in a little bit of sun there, so she might maybe move to a better position here in the shade. It's not a hot afternoon. It's warm, but it's not the summer heat. It's very pleasant. So, of course, these ones have come over from the west during the night time or this morning. Came into Djuma. And now, if you like to take locations down for our lions and for our leopard characters and all that, well, we've got them here on a area called Sandy Patch Junction with Vuyatela access. And this is exactly where we are with the 4 of them. There's just one member that's missing here, one of the Kambula males, because it is 4 brothers or half brothers. But there's just the one that's missing. So he might be. They saw him actually yesterday. They saw all of them together yesterday on Shirley's, on a property just to the west of Juma. And I don't know where the other one disappeared to, but apparently they've been pushed by another 2 male lions called the Plains Camp males. The Plains Camp males are big boys as well, and they occupy the western Sabi Sands in the western area, but they've been pushing quite a bit into this area recently and causing a little bit of havoc between some coalitions here, especially the Black Dam males that used to hang around here. They've gone further north. And then, of course, these boys, the Kambula males. So it'll be very interesting to see if those plain camp males do come over the side. I know that the one is busy mating with the Nkahuma female lion on Elephant Plain. So that's not too far west from where we are. Lion dynamics is crazy. It's all over the show at the moment. We need the big thing is we need to get a coalition like these Kambula boys, the 4 males, to really set up shop here, to really dominate this area. We need that. As soon as we can get a coalition doing that, like dominating this area, you'll find that the females, and you'll find cubs coming through then, and you'll get that whole kind of cycle, the proper cycle going or happening and all that. And at the moment, the Black Dam males were mating with a pride of lions called Nkumas here. They had cubs, those cubs were killed. And then you've got the Kambulas coming in. They've just mated with some of the Nkuhuma females. And now all of a sudden they got the Plains Camp males busy mating with the Nkuma females. So it's such a, how can I say, a bit of a mix-up at the moment. So we really I feel that these Kambula males need to be the ones that set up shop here. 4 male lions, your chances of keeping a territory is much better. Linda Poley, good afternoon from Mpo and myself. Yes, a cat-filled Saturday for sure, Linda Poley. Lovely. As I said, I'm not going to hang around here for too long. Definitely not, because they are going to be sleeping. We are going to go and do a little bit of a scratch around here on the western side and the northwestern area, and then I shall return back to this sighting once it starts cooling down, and hopefully get a little bit more action, because I know that there is a herd of buffaloes still moving into this direction. So I'm going to try and see. I know that there is 2 male buffaloes at the dam, but there's a bigger herd that was moving into this area. Tristan had that herd this morning. Canine Girl, yes, buffalo buffet would be great for a Saturday afternoon. Oh yes. Especially you got these big boys here, bringing down a nice buffalo. It'll be quite exciting. And people always say, but male lions do not hunt. No. That is so incorrect. In my career, my 18 years being here in the Sabi Sands, I think I've seen more male lions taking down prey than actually females. Sitting with a coalition like this, and all of a sudden they go and hunt. They're fantastic hunters. But yes, when they are with the pride of lions, and then you'll find that the females will instigate it. But if they need the assistance from the male, they need his strength, his weight, and he will play a part. But if the boys are by themselves, they've got to hunt. And it's amazing that they've even got their sister here with them, which really helps him quite a bit.
Explore the untamed valleys and thickets with Ralph Kirsten.
Beautiful.
Or venture into the wild with Eric Barnard.
I will take you to my favorite places, show you my favorite animals, share the best stories, and you will definitely be able to watch the stars.
There are only 6 places available on each safari. For more information and to secure your seat, contact Wild Earth Travel.
Good afternoon everybody, and welcome. We are here live at Amakhala Private Game Reserve, joined by myself, Eric, and Morgan behind the camera. This afternoon we're going to try and be your eyes and ears on what has turned out to be a rather windy afternoon. Slightly chilly, the temperature has dropped to about 17-18 degrees, which is definitely colder than what it was in the middle of the day, which is fine. The animals, I know, are going to like this lovely cool weather. I don't know how much they're going to enjoy the wind. I don't know if they will enjoy the wind at all. Nonetheless, we are going to try. Now our plan is to try and see maybe if we can't try and relocate those elephants after we saw them this morning. And it wasn't too far away from here where we last saw them. And we're across fingers, hoping they didn't get too far away. But we'll have a look. We'll have a scan. We'll obviously do some tracking, put our noses to the ground, look for some poo. As we always know, they will leave poo lying around everywhere in their trail, as well as some branches, maybe some food source that they would have wanted to have eaten. Oh, Esther, this morning was very exciting, actually. Very, very, very exciting. I think the Ellies understood the assignment, knew what had to be done, and, well, they stole the show from our side, this side. So I'm hoping maybe we can repeat that, if possible, if we can. I'd love it. But also, anything and everything we can also do. If there's some antelope, some general game, some birds, some other mammals, quite like to see them as well. The small things, if we can find the small things, that would be great. Noticing obviously there's a lot of flowers that are out and about, but now that the sun is kind of disappearing, it's not that it's disappearing, there's just still a bit of cloud in the sky that is, obviously we are in a shaded patch now, but we won't be for very long. Further down the valley down there, the sun is shining. It's just every now and then a cloud comes past. the flowers would have been out, but because the temperature has sort of dropped a little bit, it's starting to get a little bit chilly. Most of the flowers are actually starting to close, which means that the insects are also starting to move away, like the bees and the butterflies. Those are the ones that would be pollinating most of these flowers at this time of the day. However, not so much. Oh, Darcy Miller. That could also be a possibility as well. We saw something very strange. We saw a warthog carcass. Of the warthog that we potentially saw a few days ago that had gotten himself into a bit of a tussle with another warthog. You could see by the wounds on his legs. It's possible the three amigos may have got to that warthog. We didn't see anything around the waterhole. It was also very shallow where the warthog was lying, but there wasn't very much of him that we could see was left. We did not see that yesterday afternoon when we drove past there, and we did not see it this morning when we were there driving past as well. So it is a mystery. We'll go back to that area a little bit later. Also keep an ear out. Maybe there are some reports of it, of the three amigos appearing. Lily Mouse, welcome. Yes, we are very excited to take you out this afternoon to see what we can see. Oh, my goodness. This is Dry Dam Pan, and the elephants have been doing an awful lot of digging in there, mostly for mud. They take the mud and they throw it all over their bodies, and then they throw it more and more and more and more and more until they're covered brown. Just like I said, we saw some chocolate warthogs yesterday until they almost look like a chocolate elephant. And so they form these little kind of, not like potholes, but it's like little canals of areas where, oh my goodness, very bumpy. Little canals where they would have picked up the mud, thrown it onto their backs, picked up the mud, thrown it onto their sides. And obviously they're picking it out of the little canal, making the canal deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then the little piggies will get in there and they run around and have themselves a time, covering themselves in mud. And eventually it will get big enough for something like a buffalo, like that dugger boy we saw yesterday. We're going to continue going down this road and scanning to make sure we're not missing anything. In the meantime, we're going to send you back over to Tristan up in Djuma.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to be out and about already, and we've already started with some ellies, pretty much straight out of camp, which is, as Cedric said, always the best way to start. Anyway, before we get into all things elephant and starting our safari, my name is Tristan, as Eric said, and on camera I've got Panda. Panda?
Good, mate.
How are you, buddy? Always nice to be on board with Panda, although I am looking forward to some drives with him, Paul too. Both of them are absolute gentlemen and such good guys to work with, so it's always a very pleasant experience when you're on board with either of them. So we're very fortunate that we have the two of them at Djuma at the moment. But as you can see, just two bull ellies, smaller one and a slightly bigger one. Nikki, well, Panda does have socks on. I don't know if they're lucky. What are they, lucky socks, Panda?
Yeah, those are my lucky socks.
Okay, let's show everybody your socks, because he actually has pandas on his socks.
Those are panda socks.
Well, yeah, there we go. So there's the socks, pandas on the right, and different socks on the left, and there's Nadine's fillies. Everybody is just fully decked out for safari this afternoon, and hopefully that means that we're going to have a good one. I think these are the two bulls we had this morning. You know that? Might be. Maybe that one on the back, it doesn't have quite big enough tusks, I don't think. And this one only has one. Did that one this morning only have one? The first one that ran away from us? Can't remember. No, I don't think so. I think it had two. We had two ellies this morning, kind of early on. One big one and one smaller one, but these two don't quite look the same, I don't think. As you can see, though, they both stopped in the shade. It's almost like they're having a little rest. Leopard Queen, that is very kind of you. I hope that we do have lots and lots of leopard luck, not only just for me, but for all of you at home. I think it's been a few days now since we've had a leopard, and so it would be quite pleasant to hang out with a leopard this afternoon. It would very much make me a happy lad. It's been a bit hard work or hard going from a leopard front. It goes like this sometimes, you know. We have these days or moments in Djuma where it does go quiet. It's just inevitable, especially after, you know, good summer rains that we've had. The bush is thick, there's a lot of water around, and so it goes that way. It's not always going to be a leopard every single day. I think we have gotten so used to seeing so many leopards that it almost feels a bit weird when we don't have them most drives. But the reality is, and I think that's one of the nice things about guiding outside of the Sabi Sands as much as I have in the last sort of 2-3 years, is that you start to realize just how special we have it here, and how lucky we are to see leopard as regularly as we do. You know, the guys in places like Selous or Ruaha or in Tanzania, or even parts of Kenya, you know, Botswana, Zimbabwe, for them in some of those areas leopards are very, very, very scarce, and they don't see them very often. And even if you speak to Eric down at Amakala, he says he's only seen that leopard that was going through that fence the one time. So they don't see leopard often down there. We are so fortunate to see them as much as we do here, and I think sometimes we get a little bit blasé about it. We forget just how special it is to find one. I always love when we get elephants at this part of quarantine, because where the road sits versus where the elephants walk, it almost feels like we're lying on the ground with them. It gives this sort of flattened perspective, and because the trees in the back are on the downslope, they almost make the elephants look that much bigger. You can see there's a marula behind this alien. It almost looks quite small in comparison to the alien. In fact, I don't think it's actually a marula. I think that might be a Terminator. But I always love this sort of low angle. It just makes animals that much more impressive.
We have an exciting announcement. Wild Earth is launching a YouTube membership program. For a nominal monthly fee, members get an ad-free channel, prioritized questions, early access to videos, and many more perks. You'll get fun features like badges and emojis that'll make you stand out in the chat. YouTube memberships will help us to continue with our mission of connecting people with nature while giving you access to lots of our amazing content.
see he's still just slowly eating as he goes. But what you can notice from the background there is how white the sky is. When you see a sky that looks like that, you know it's hot out here. So that poor Ellie must be pretty warm in the sun, and that's why his ears will be flapping every now and then, just trying to get that blood flowing and cooling him down. The temperature will start to taper off quite quickly now, but those white skies is always a good indicator of hot weather. Once it gets into the winter months, we tend to find that the skies become a little more blue in color, a deeper, richer blue, in that colder temperature. So it looks like he's got a little bump on the side of his abdomen there. I wonder if he doesn't have a old wound that's healed over and it's caused a little abscess or something like that. So you can just see it around his tummy area, a little bump there. Maybe a little piece of wood or something that got under the skin and just caused a little abscess. Ellies do get those from time to time, but it's nothing that's going to affect him too much. As you can see, he's perfectly healthy, in really, really good condition, and doing what only an animal can do, which is find the sole tree that's in the way and stand behind it, which is frustrating at times. Anyway, we're probably going to leave these Ellies and go and see what else we can find.
Thank you, Tristan. All righty then. So I'm just going slowly down on Zoe's. It's one of the roads that goes from pretty much our access road called Vuyatila Access straight south. And many times you'll find like Tortoise Pan, Mulwati uses this road quite a bit. Plus it's also a nice soft road, sand-wise. So those buffaloes that Tristan had this morning, apparently the tracks are coming into this direction, and the lions I left the lions, they're lying down that side just behind us, maybe about 300-400 meters behind us. So I've left those lions, they're still sleeping away there. So I just want to see if I can pick up on this herd of buffalo. At least we know in a direction where they're heading to. Maybe they're heading straight towards those lions. You never know. You never know. But we shall see. And yes, it'll be nice to find the herd. I know there's the two that's hanging around Gowrie Dam, but I just want to look for this herd. As I said, I just want to see the direction. Especially that we've got lions on Najuma. You put the one and one together, buffaloes and lions equals excitement, action. Maybe that's for later on. It doesn't look like any tracks have crossed here as of yet. So I'm just keeping a close eye on the road here, just in case they've all gone straight across. Standing by. Yeah, well, did copy that. Thank you. You talk about just the two Madodas.
Yeah, so I'm not going to aim that direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing a little bit on Zoe's. Just going to go south here just to take a look that Shlammy didn't cross further west from Philemon's cut line, that area. Sorry, Jordan, can you just go with that question again? I did hear there was a question coming through from somebody. Oh, I can't get that. No, thought. Salt. Salt, eh?
I don't know.
Oh.
There's something called.
Salt. Oh, it is. So it is salt. Okay. Salt. The largest coalition I've seen personally is six males. That's the largest coalition I've seen. But there has been bigger coalitions around. There's a buffalo tracks going down here. I just see one for one buffalo. I want to see a little bit further on here. But you must remember, the Mapogos were 6, so that was the 6 that I saw. And then back in the days, just before the 2 split off from them, from the other 4, before King Gital and Mr. T came up north. And then as well as the Majingalans, they were 5 in the beginning. Same as Birmingham's, they were 5 males. I think the Matimbas, they were 6. I think the Matimbas, but the coalition, same as the Mapogos, the coalition just split up. So 2 of the Matimbas came south, the other 4 remained further north. So yeah, so the Matimbas were also 6 males. And then there was a coalition of 11, 11 males, and it was known as the Sky Bed Coalition, or the Sky Bed Males, or the Sky Bed Pride. And that was a pride, I think it was in, that was 2012, 2013, somewhere there, where they had 11 males in that pride, young males, and the one person still got a beautiful picture of them all lying up on a dam wall, all 11 of them. They are, so you can imagine that. But there's clearly those 11 males will not stick together. It's just too much competition between each other, way too much. So I'd rather split up and make it a bit of a smaller coalition, smaller factions. Plus, you can spread your genes much further as well. Mac and must have been. I did not see them. I just saw a photo of them. I remembered I was still working at a lodge here called Mkoro, and we still got that information from the guys from, I think it's just inside there, from Hamilton's camp. In Bali, that area. And there was a skybed, I think the skybed pride was that side, and that was the skybed males, 11 of them. Excuse me. Alright, I don't see any, I just saw one buffalo track coming down, just for one. I might actually just do a little bit of a loop around towards another road that's just to the east of us called Philemon's Cut Line. And just to double check if nothing's coming across on that side. Oh, I heard a branch break. Elephant? What? No. Chippy, no, the thing is with the males, I mean, a lot of people say, the black mane males of the coalition is the most dominant and he will be the one that will be mating with all the females. No, no, no. I mean, me personally seeing it practically, like seeing what's actually happened. For instance, I saw for the Majinga lions, so 4 male lions. I know, you know, a lot of them said, it's a dark mane one there, and they said, he's the one that's going to mate always with the females, and he's going to dominate the coalition and all that. I tell you, there was one of the female lions from the Styx Pride. She was in heat. One of the males, not even the dark mane one, was busy mating with her for the first day. And then that first day, he just did not pay attention. He got up, he went for a drink, and his other 3 brothers were right there close to him. And the one brother quickly ran in and got hold of that female. And then he stuck with that female. So when that male finished drinking, he kind of came back and he realized, oh, well, hold on, my position has been taken. Okay, well, you continue. And it happened, and all four brothers mated with that female, all 4. So it just shows you, it's not just like one male that's going to mate with them, all 4. Remember, the genes are all the same. Genetics is exactly the same makeup. Yes, they're going to fight. There will be a bit of a fight. There is always confrontation for that female, big time. But it's not, it doesn't get too serious where they'll kill each other. They need each other. All right, now then coming down this side. All right, let's go a little bit further up and just go along this road here, and maybe work from this side. And then, as I said, I will slowly but surely make my way back to those lions. Yeah, back that way. All right, well, we're going to continue doing a little bit of a scratch around here and a search for these buffaloes, see if we get any luck with this herd. I think let's head over to Tristan to see what's happening on his safari. Yeah, Tristan, huh? Yeah.
Well, good luck, Cedric. Hopefully you will find them, and hopefully they'll be heading towards those lions. Like I say, those kambulas are something else when it comes to hunting buffalo, although this time of the year is a lot harder than sort of when it's end of winter. The buffalo at the moment are in their peak physical condition, so they've eaten well throughout the summer. They're fat and full and powerful and strong, and so not easy hunting them at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. Those two buffalo bulls that are at Gari Dam are probably more in danger than the herd. The herd, you know, there's enough animals there that they can potentially chase those lions off, whereas those two bulls, if they can corner one or even both, then the game is on. You know, there's the power in 3 male lions, so they can definitely try their luck there. And it's not far. If they just walk straight from Sandy Patch down Viertele Access, they get to the dam within, it'll take them half an hour to get there. If they walk slowly. If they hear buffalo and they trot, it'll take them probably only 15 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what plays out this afternoon. Like I said, Cedric's in a good position there, and then those tracks from Bulawati also in that area. Some warthogs here, whether they're going to stop and run or stay, I'm not sure. We'll try and get them on camera. Warthogs very seldom stay. There we go. This looks like they're running. Lisa, 100% it is time for an adventure to find a leopard, because stopping for warthogs means that all we do is look at grass. They generally just run away. So I think a leopard is a better idea. We are going to try. I'm going to just do this whole eastern side again, zigzag for the 4th drive in a row, and then we'll go down Cheetah Cut Line and into Chitwa, go hang out at Chitwa Dam a little bit, and just hopefully be close to that general vicinity. And the idea would be for Tlalamba to make an appearance. If she does, interesting. It's quite interesting. I want to just quickly have a look here at these tracks.
This is On Safari.
Alright, so I just want to check a little pan here. This is where I miss Tumba and Hosanna. They used to love this pan. Jelly Bee, it would be a fine sighting to be able to find hyenas. Like I say, I think a lot of the guys that, you know, are big hyena fans have been in withdrawals lately. It sounds like it's been very tricky from a hyena perspective. Cedric says he's been checking the dens, but not much sign of them. I mean, you can see this road here. If you look on the right side of this road, you can see how much activity there's been. It's not just hyenas that have been moving around here. There's some hippo tracks there as well. But on the right side, you can see a number of tracks and disturbances. Steve D, I believe so. It's not been easy for the guys finding hyenas. But these things happen. Like I say, we go in these cycles. I've had times here where we've had no hyenas, and then all of a sudden we've got lots of hyenas again. So, you know, I'm sure it'll all play itself out again. You just need to find a den, and then once you have a den, it makes life much, 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 much better.
Yeah, looks like the alley was here at the treehouse dam. Like tracks for
Right,
treehouse
let's see. What's that chiller pan?
Maybe towards the less anchored tracks in that area. Take a look around there.
Alrighty, so we're just coming up towards Chiller Pan. So, you know, this area here can be productive, and it can also be completely dead, and it looks like it's quite dead this afternoon. I've always found this to be a funny place. Like, sometimes you can come here and all of a sudden there'll be something random that's just sitting here and no one's actually been checking it at all, and things pop up. So it's always worth just having a little look. And Cedric now said that those buffalo tracks that I saw were at Treehouse Dam, and then sounds like they're coming east towards Weaver's Nest side. I haven't gone that far down Weaver's Nest. I turned onto Pangolin track, so we might find their tracks coming out somewhere in front of us here. There's some white wallows just in front as you go towards the Mulawati. If I was a buffalo, that's where I would be right now. But you're asking if I've ever seen another... Did I understand that right? A leopard in the wild. I'm not quite sure what that means, if I'm honest with you. But... Oh, an Amur leopard. Amur leopard or Amur leopard. No, I haven't. Sadly, I was invited to go look for them in Russia, but then obviously the whole war between Russia and Ukraine kicked off, and Jordan saying sorry because she wasn't sure what it was, but that whole war in Russia kicked off, so I didn't go. But I was invited by a guy that's actually probably got more photographs of them than anybody else that I know. Most of them are camera trapped though, so they're not photos that are from a camera. You can get them. He's actually built a hide in the middle of the Siberian sort of forests, and those cats do come past the hide. He said to me, if you're willing to spend sort of 3 months there, you'll definitely get shots and you'll see Amur leopard, and you even might be lucky enough to see a Siberian tiger there too. So it is on the list. There is a reserve that's been established now between China and Russia, right up in the northern part, called the Amur Tiger Reserve, or the North China Tiger Reserve, Leopard Reserve. And they do have a population there, so it is potentially accessible from the Chinese side, more so than the Russian side. But let's see, we'll try and see. But no, sadly not. So my current list of leopard species that I've seen is Sri Lankan, Indian, and African. I'm quite sad because I missed both the black Indian and black Sri Lankan. When I was in Sri Lanka in Yala, there's a black leopard there in Yala at the moment, but they've closed the whole area off because there was too many people going to it to try find it, and then there was huge amounts of rain, and so that area kind of flooded a little bit. But apparently it is being seen on camera traps still, So and it was quite relaxed with cars. So there's that one, and then in India there's a black leopard in Pench, a black leopard in Tadova, a black leopard in Kabini. There's a couple black leopards in some of the tea areas of India as well. So I would really like to go try and get them. These are crazy things to do, but to not only get the subspecies of leopard, the 8 subspecies, but all the melanistic versions. So you get melanistic Javan, Indo-Chinese, Indian, Sri Lankan, and African. Those are what's been recorded so far. So it would be cool to get all of those too. And then there's obviously the strawberry leopards, which you get in a place not far from here. When we see the mountains in the distance, just over those mountains, there's a place called Urichstadt. And from Urichstadt to Leidenburg, there's about 12 of them that they know of on camera traps there. And then there's another 2 cubs that were born into St. Lucia, which is basically on the eastern side of South Africa, quite close to the coast. And a strawberry leopard is essentially a leucistic leopard, so it's pretty much like a white lion, if you want to think of it that way. So it'd be cool to go and see those too. So yeah, lots to go and do. And then there's another interesting cat that not many people know about. It is a Sri Lankan leopard, and it is classified as part of the Sri Lankans, but it actually looks more like an leopard. It's got a very, very big, round, boxy face, a round face, and fluffy, and that's because they're up in the high parts of Sri Lanka. So I really want to go try and see if I can get them. In the meantime, though, it sounds like we're having a bit of a tough time with signal. Let's send you across to Eric.
We've managed to relocate our herd of elephants. They've come all the way down to a valley that they usually disappear into when there is generally bad weather. Bit of wind, bit of rain. And I noticed before we left the house that there were some clouds that were gathering on the horizon that looked like a cold front coming in. I don't think there's a cold front coming in, but these clouds definitely do look like it. It's not predicted. And obviously the wind is definitely having a role to play in some of this crazy behavior. These elephants have come a very long way from where we saw them this morning, you know. And yesterday they'd come a very long way from where they had been seen. Oh my goodness, that is an unhappy elephant. Very, very unhappy. What seems to be the story? The Grand Tour. So, the Grand Tour hosted by our naturalists, old and new, Pangue Safari Camp and Chitwa. This will be running from the 16th of November all the way until the 23rd of November 2024. There are only 8 spots available. The bookings will open on the 3rd of May, that is yesterday, and it will be like a safari like no other. You get to see your favorite characters, take a filming masterclass with Lauren and Darby, and experience the rhino dehorning. I will say again, this is between the 16th of November and the 23rd, 2023. There are only 8 spots available, and bookings have opened as of the 3rd of May, which was yesterday. So waste no time, people, get involved. You don't want to miss out. Why is people so upset? A lot of trumpeting. Anyway, they're all slowly but surely starting to come up and join us up here on top of the valley looking down. I think they underestimated the weather just a little bit. trying to work out which families it is that's here. And also wanted to know who was behind all the trumpeting. And we can maybe have an understanding as to why there was trumpeting.
Explore the untamed valleys and thickets with Ralph Kirsten.
Beautiful.
Or venture into the wild with Eric Barnard.
I will take you to my favorite place to show you my favorite animals, share the best stories, and you'll definitely be able to watch the stars.
There are only 6 places available on each safari. For more information and to secure your seat, contact Wild Earth Travel.
Definitely a couple. It took more than a handful. I'd say there's probably about 5 or 6 of them just on the other side of this clump of bushes. Literally just on the other side. I can see somebody's back over there, but I can also hear somebody, or a couple of somebodies closer than that somebody over there. He's feeding very quietly now. As I say that, a branch breaks. But no, in this area there's lots of food for them. There's plenty of star apples, plenty of xercias, not so many sweet thorns. In fact, no sweet thorns here at all.
How nice is it? We have just located on this herd of buffaloes, Cape buffaloes, that's just moving through the area. They had their tracks there towards Treehouse Dam, and it looks like they are moving north. So quite a nice herd. It must be the same herd that Tristan had earlier this morning, but at least they're a little bit more relaxed now. But it's a huge herd. It's far in. There's some still coming through. Oh, I wish they were going to go to Treehouse Dam now, but unfortunately it looks like they've already been at the dam. But a nice female there, some big boys in this herd. As you can see, that's a male that's just whipped his head across like that. Nice big boss on his head. It's always nice when you've got buffaloes coming through. I always feel that it is going to draw some lion activity once again. But this is fantastic. All just busy grazing here. Oh, all right, let's go to Tristan.
Well, we've got quite a cool sighting here. There's a Burroughs eagle owl that's tucked up in the trees, but I'm going to keep quiet so you can hear how all the other birds are complaining at it, which is how we found it. If you can hear that. So it's the grey go-away birds. And they make that like grr, 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 grr. That's when they see owls. So I was saying to Panda before we even got here that there's an owl in this tree. They make that sound, and then you've got the hornbills going da, 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 da. And then the grey hornbills are also here making a noise, which I'll point out when they call as well. But owls cause a lot of disturbance. You find a lot of birds going crazy.
I don't know if you guys copy that. There's just something yelling here. Text.
Isn't that cool? Cheetahs and other animals, you say this is incredible. It is pretty cool, isn't it? I always love when we get sightings that have got amazing audio, because it's something that a lot of people dismiss when they're in the bush, is they don't think about listening. They always try and spot things, but your ears are your best friend, and often lead you. There's the grey hornbills calling now. That's that high-pitched call. But they all egg each other on, and so what they're doing is just trying to tell everybody that they've spotted danger, and they're able to now kind of see it, and so everybody will be able to be aware that there's this bird of prey that's here. And the reason why they alarm call for Burroughs eagle owls is because these guys hunt other birds. You often see them with guinea fowl, francolin, even things like a go-away bird. They'll grab those, and so the other birds are very, very scared of them. And now normally in the daylight hours, these birds will try and find a thick, dense tree like this, and they'll go right up against the bark or the trunk of the tree, and they'll camouflage there and then sleep for the day. But what might have happened is that this bird might have been disturbed for whatever reason, or it's moved slightly, and one of the birds has spotted it, and it started to alarm, and that's brought in everybody else to see what it is, and they've all started to shout at it. Eventually, they'll tire and move off, or the owl itself will get tired of being shouted at and fly and go and land somewhere else that's a little bit more secretive and sort of camouflaged, and then go and rest again, and then only come out once we get to sort of the time of dusk, when the sun just starts to set, and you start to see these guys coming out onto more open branches where they'll start to hunt. JDV, it is a beautiful sighting, and like you say, a great soundtrack. It quiets and down, and then it goes into a crescendo again, and then down again, and then crescendo again. And if that owl moves at all, if it flaps a wing or something, then you'll find everybody will go crazy again, to try and alert each other that they've seen it moving. If it just sits tight and still, then you'll find that it'll start to calm down again. Very, very cool. I actually want to just see, because there's often with these guys, they're in pairs, and I see a lot of commotion on the other side of the tree here. So I want to just quickly check if there isn't another bird that we can maybe see a little bit easier. These guys have beautiful little pink eyelids, so I want to try and see if I can't find one that's looking at us. Let's just have a look. If we don't see anything, we can come back this side. But it seems like there's a lot of birds concentrated on the right side of the tree. I actually have had a Verreaux's eagle owl in this tree before with a genet kill. Or guinea fowl. Was it a guinea fowl or a genet? One of the two. Sometimes it's tough to actually see them. Can you still see the other one, Panda? Trying to just see if I can see another bird, but I think it's just that one that those birds can see when they're sitting the way that they are. It's amazing how when you just change the angle, this owl disappears, which you can see why they like these big trees with lots of shade and lots of thick canopy, because they can blend in really well. Nikki, it is a beautiful bird. These Verreaux's eagle owls are incredible. A lot of people are quite shocked by how big they are. They're a lot bigger than people think. And then, of course, the little pink eyelids always make people laugh and chuckle because it's like a little powder pink that they've got on. But you can see from here, I can't see anything at all. It's only that one little gap that we had that we can see that bird. And it definitely doesn't look like there's another one here. As I said to you, sometimes they're in pairs together and you find them two sitting in the same tree. But it seems like it's just the one here today. Amazing how there's just one angle. I can't see this bird at all now. And all the other birds have moved off a little bit. But let's go back again. Silly Jilly, as an adult bird, not that many things prey on them. They tend to be pretty aware of their surroundings. They've got incredible eyesight, good hearing in an owl as well. So not too many things as adults, but as chicks, they get taken a lot by... do you want me to go forward a bit, Panda, or is that all right? Okay. They get taken a lot by a number of different things, leopards being one of them. There's been quite a few reported cases of leopards getting into the nests of these Verreaux's eagle owls and grabbing the chicks. And then other birds of prey, things like martial eagles, crowned eagles. Crowned eagles do occur in a lot of places that Verreaux's eagle owls will occur. So yeah, they've got competition from those kind of things. Then pythons would also be something that a chick would have to worry about. Even something like a genet. There we go. So Jordan was saying you can see the eyelids are pink at the moment. So yeah, these birds all have pink eyelids when they're adults. When they close their eyes, you can just see it, and especially when the light hits it, you can see it's quite a sort of powder pink color that they've got. It's the only bit of coloration they have on them. The rest is all mottled greys, and that's just to be able to blend in and camouflage super well. I mean, if you were driving along and you weren't paying attention to the sounds, or you came now when there's no birds alarming, you would struggle to spot that bird. It would not be easy at all. We can see it because obviously we heard those alarm calls and we were coming very slowly and actually checking the tree. But if you were just bumbling along, it almost just looks like a branch from where you are now, especially with its head turned. Can we actually see any of the talons there? It's difficult to make out, but sometimes you can see the talons on these guys are massive, massive, massive. And that's what they'll use to catch all kinds of prey items. And these things have taken, like I say, it's genets, guinea fowls. There's even a reported case of them taking a wild dog puppy before, which is pretty crazy. That's about, yeah, very cute. Except that they're like deadly assassins, these things. So while being cute, they're also lethal to those things that they hunt. But the pink eyelids do soften their look a little bit. I find owls cute in general, though. There's like all these videos that you see of these small owls, like something the size of a pearl spotted or a barred owlet, and like people kind of stroke their heads, and they always look so soft in those big eyes, and it's a cute factor 1,000 in those birds. But these guys, like I say, in real life, they look a little bit more intimidating. They're quite big and bulky, and so they look like they can inflict a bit of damage. But amazing, amazing birds. and always nice to see them. They love the Malawati's any drainage line. If you find drainage lines with big trees, so big jackalberries, scotias, Cape ashes, you'll often find them in there because those trees are evergreen and they have thick, dense canopies. So you often find them sort of hanging out. Nyala berries, see them a lot in those too. Epic, but I think this owl has weathered the storm, which I'm sure it's very thankful for. Most of the hornbills have flown away, the grey go-away birds have flown away now, so I suspect that it's actually going to be able to get a bit of shut-eye for a little bit before the sun sets. It's only got how long until the sun sets? Just over an hour and a half of sleep left. It's almost like being woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then having to try go back to sleep and then wait for the sun to come up in humans. It's kind of equivalent to what's just happened to this poor owl. It's had an alarm go off much earlier than it probably would want to. Awesome. All right, I think let's leave our Verreaux's eagle owl to itself. It's had enough disturbance. Twin Dams is very, very quiet otherwise. And so while we carry on, let's go and check in with Setters and see what's happening there and whether he's still with those buffalo.
Nice, Tristan. Nice having those Verreaux's eagle owls. That's fantastic. But look at this, everybody. We are here at the Treehouse Dam, and guess who has just arrived at the dam for a pool party? Well, there's a lot of invites to this pool party, and you will see very soon. This is just the beginning. The buffaloes have decided to come down. Yay! This is going to be amazing. You can see one of them already all the way in, right up to its neck. Oh, enjoying the nice coolness of this dam. Shame, I wonder about the poor hippo that's hanging around here. I think this hippo will have to make some space here for these buffaloes, because I think it's a big herd. And this is just the beginning. Just an update quickly as well. Yeah, the Shlambeni is just approaching Treehouse Dam now. This is amazing. This is wonderful for the afternoon. I was really hoping to get something like this, a good old change up in our sightings, and nice to see good old buffaloes coming in again to these dams. We are just going to sit here and enjoy this moment. It's a bit typical for a late afternoon swim and drink. Mike,
no,
oh, is it in front there?
No, it's yeah.
Oh, yeah. But as you can see, all of them coming down for a drink here, quite a few. As I say, this is just the beginning part. got one big male that's just come right next to us here now, going into the water. He's coming for a nice old drink. Canine girl, yeah, buffalo dip. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Yeah, you can make your way as a second station control. I'm going to be radio down. More and more and more. I think this is going to be quite interesting now to work out how big is this herd. Look at this male. Oh, he's loving it. He's climbing in. I wonder if he's going to lie down and pretty much soak his entire body. All the flies around his body as well. Plenty of little flies. Real Shangwari looks very inviting, this. I know it does. It's a nice warm afternoon. I wonder if this noise of the buffaloes and all that, I wonder if it's not going to lure those Kambula males into this direction tonight. The sun is bad, eh? Often. Sorry, I'm for myself just quickly trying to strategize if we can quickly make a move here to get the sun in the right area, because there's quite a reflection off the water at the moment. Oh, yeah, they're all coming. Look at that. Oh, now they're starting to pile in. Right. Okay, let's head over to Amakala, the elephants.
A buffalo pool party, doesn't that sound wonderful? Our elephants have decided they're going to come up and join us. Some of them are climbing up some very steep embankments. Have a look at that. That was quite steep. Hello everyone. Yes, hi, how are you? Bongani, how are you? You good? I don't know why you chose to go that way when everyone has gone in front of the car. Why must you be the one to go around the car? There's always got to be that one that just got to do something completely different to everybody else. This is like an elephant pile up here. I haven't parked on any path. We've parked adjacent to the path. They've sort of made their own way up here, and it looks like they've kind of got to a bit of a sticky situation, a sticky spot. Hello, big lady. How are you? That is very, very close. You good? You look good. She wants to ride shotgun here. That's what she wants to do. You should have asked if you wanted. Oh, look at this cheeky one. Oh, look at him. Oh, you got a bit of cheek to you. Oh, look at you. I love it when the little babies open their ears wide like that.
My backrest.
Unfortunately, the backrest of where Morgan sits will be in frame there, featuring a little youngsters playing around over here. This little one and the one that's about to come into screen, Naughty. I can see you up to mischief. I can see you. Yeah, you. From the beginning, he was plotting something. Both of them are actually plotting something. I don't know what it is. We'll see. We'll probably find out a little bit later. But those two little youngsters are definitely up to no good. Oh, Darcy, I love and appreciate these elephants just as much as I think they love and appreciate us. I mean, they definitely come and show off to us, you know, and come and say hello. Some of them try and cause trouble, but I see straight through it and call them out on it. And when I call them out, it's almost as if they do listen, and they do hear that you've kind of you've identified that they're full of nonsense and that they're about to maybe do something that they're not supposed to. Sure, this is not all of the herd. It is only partially two families. I've not seen C family. Unless C family's pulled a sneaky one and gone up behind us, which I don't think they have. But wow, what a scene, what a setting. The beautiful valley, the Grand Canyon, that's what we call that valley down there. And normally when guides say, oh, the herd of elephant has dropped down into Grand Canyon, normally people are like, oh, we're not going to go, I'd rather leave it. No, but it's always quite exciting. You know, you wait, you get patient, and you never know. You may get lucky like we've been lucky. We waited, we were patient, we chose the right spot on the road to sit at. I thought they were going to come out the valley and walk that way. Instead, they came out the opposite direction, which I thought they were going to come. And they went in the opposite direction into which I thought they were going to go, in a direction of another valley. Well, these naughty boys are playing games there.
Discover the wonders of the wild with Safari Snaps, Africam's fun community game. Immerse yourself in the captivating live streams of animals in their natural habitat, and showcase your wildlife expertise by tagging these incredible species with their photos. Simply tag the animal you spot. Each tag earns you points based on the rarity of the species. The rarer, the more points you score. Join us on Safari Snaps and let's celebrate the wonders of African wildlife together.
Hey, it's going off now. That was nice, little Nile monitor action there. I think one was chasing another one and they realized, oh, well, there's big animals here in the water. Let's turn around and head back to where we came from. And this male is just ruminating here. He's enjoying it. Absolutely nice. Making it look nice. I feel like I want to go and join him in there. But I'll give that one a skip. It's always important for buffaloes just to stick together. The worst enemy is lions. So they do stick together. It is always a good thing. You've got protection from all the members. But as soon as they start breaking off from one another, and you've got one or two that's decided to go by themselves, and if there's lions around, well, the lions are going to take that opportunity to go for those two. Canine gull, you're fast in big herds. I don't know, roughly maybe 1,000 in a herd. That was quite a few years ago. I was at Arethusa. I mean, the herd stretched from Arethusa Lodge all the way east, right up to Triple M and into Djuma. It was huge. It was a sea of buffaloes. A sea of buffaloes. It was huge. And that was still the time when the young Styx male, known as the Styx male, and I remembered he was actually all by himself, and he singled out a cow there on Zebra Drive that was just going into Arethusa. He singled out a cow, and all by himself, a young male, he was about 4.5 years old, and by himself he brought down a female buffalo that was pretty much trailing behind the rest of the herd, and he came right with that. Oh, that one's got a very sore bum. You can see it's sticking out. It's almost like it's gone from inside out. Ooh. 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 I would rather also put my hind end into the water. I think that's why all the oxpeckers were hanging around there. Just wants to get up. Alright, well, we're going to sit here. Let's head over to Amakhala.
Look at this. Gone. Okay, bye. There goes a wandering bum. Yes. Amakhala is clearly place of the land of the bums. That's it. Not place of the bums, land of the bums. Never mind, we have some more appearances. can really see how grey it's got now. It was... Well, there was a bit of blue sky. The blue sky is almost non-existent now. Miss Letitia making her way across. Well, she found something nice there, coastal camphor bush. She decided she's going to pull apart. A lot of fynbos up here on this side of the reserve, sort of moving closer towards the ocean. There's a lost baby, lost baby. The baby's like, don't leave me behind, but your sibling's behind you. Oh my goodness, and then there's Booty. Booty, you're in the way here. Move, move. Oh, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it.
I'm not moving.
Oh, Val, sometimes I don't want to be this close. What did I do? Are you taking offense to what I said about you moving out the way now? Or is this a carryover of the fight that you and Ananzi were having? Yeah, it's definitely because I told him to move. I'm sorry, big boy. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Now that is a clear example of upset elephants. Don't ever upset elephants. We got off lightly. He's not going to forget that. He's probably going to go complain to Balara now. And Balara's going to come have a talking to me. Or he's, I've noticed both him and Ananzi have these little kind of puncture wounds on their bums, and that's definitely from tusks. And you can see that he was wagging his tail quite a lot, and then when he went towards the tree, he actually sort of kind of pushed his backside in towards the tree. It's basically just because it's an irritation, and it's, you know, it's part of, you know how with the healing process of wounds sometimes they get a bit itchy, sometimes there's that's inside, or that fluid inside, and I think that's what's giving them a little bit of the irritation. I know Ananzi was, when he was rolling on the floor this morning with us, you could see that he was lying on the side where that hole was, and then when it was Butchie the other day, you could see he was trying to throw mud onto it just to try and seal it up a little bit. But I do see that it is seeping a little bit of blood. Nothing life-threatening. And once again, it doesn't look like it's going to get infected. It just looks like a bit of an irritation. You can see him wagging his tail there. He's not happy with it. And it's right at the base where the tail folds from out and onto the body. I wonder what the mission is here, what the plan is. Where's everyone going?
African sunsets. They think it's when your tone of voice changed.
When my tone of voice changed. I wonder, it could well have been. It could well have been when my tone of voice changed. But I was wanting to see the little baby behind him, and he got in the way. He got in the way. I may have lashed out a little bit. And then he lashed back with attitude. And yeah, when an elephant gives you attitude, you take it and you learn from it. And that was an awesome experience, though. This is not a typical route that the elephants take. You know, like I said, they're normally up here when there's bad weather or when there's going to be bad weather. Now, our forecast says that there's not going to be any bad weather, but the weatherman can't always be correct, and sometimes the instinct of an animal is actually much better. So, no, I mean, I've used the elephants to determine when there's going to be rain a couple of times, And it's actually been pretty cool, you know. You've impressed some people where you said, oh, it's going to rain in 2 days' time, and they've looked at you and been like, sure. I know he didn't look at the weather and tell us this, but then when it does rain, you feel like the king. Anyway, I'm going to catch up with this herd, stick around with them. In the meantime, we're going to send you back up to Tristan for a check-in.
Eric's just having the best time with the Ellies down there. Sounds like an awesome afternoon so far. Excuse me. Anyway, we've been bumbling along, chatting about all kinds of things, mostly about Kalamba and her secretive ways sometimes. But there's been very little sign of anything. We briefly had an elephant come trundling past us and into a thicket, young bull, and otherwise not much. Just found where those buffalo walked. A lot more tracks than what we saw this morning, so maybe that's why that herd was a bit shy, is that they were all split up and just felt like they were a little bit all over the place. I don't see any lion tracks kind of trailing the buffalo herd at all, so it's not lions that split them, but I don't know, they just seemed a bit edgy this morning, and now it seems like this afternoon they're a lot more settled, which is good. But we're just checking around in case Kalamba has crossed in. Doesn't seem to be any sign of her. I've had mixed reports about a leopard that's on a kill in Torchwood that they were saying is, this morning the guys were saying that it was Watika, but now I was just told that they say it's in Sumi, so I don't actually know. I just want to check this little water point. Kalamba used to love this water hole when she was a young leopard. I think she was here for about 3 weeks at this water hole at one point. But no sign of her. All right. Charles, you're asking about Marips. So he was seen this morning. He is on the eastern side of Jacana. There's a road called East-West Cut Line there. And he's on East-West Cut Line. So he actually came from the sort of western side, came southeast, and then started hunting impalas in a block there. It's not that far from the northern boundary of Djuma, so where Gallagher's shortcut goes in, if he continued his way there, it would be about 400 meters, 400 or 500 meters that he would come. He'd land up at, maybe a little bit more than that, 500. He would land up at our cut line. So he's not that far away, but he apparently was full-bellied. So from what I understand, he had a nice big round tummy. And was looking really good. Apparently wounds looking good, stitches are all holding where he was stitched up, so all encouraging signs. It means he's found a meal the last few days, he's moving well, so those are all good things. So hopefully we'll catch up with him. I don't think this evening he'll come across. I think more likely tomorrow. I'll actually jump onto that channel just now and just ask for an update for this afternoon, but that is the update so far, is that he is all good, seen this morning, and full, healthy as healthy can be, and doing good. So a lot of you are saying thank you for the updates. Absolute pleasure. Like I said, I'll jump on the radio again just now and just find out for you guys. It's a little bit difficult on that channel because often the conversation's quite long, so I don't want to do it now while we are still live with you guys, but I'll do it just now and then I'll update you again. But yeah, so that's Marips. Then I was saying Insumi might be on Torchwood. Then another friend of mine, or Ryan, who works with us at Wandering 3, was guiding guests, and he said that he had tracks for Kuchava going onto the bottom side of Chitwa Airstrip towards the drainage line there, and she came all the way from Cheetah Plains side, but he said that she is heavy pregnant. So I was thinking this afternoon it might be worth just scratching around. You never know. I mean, it's tough with her because she doesn't always come outside, and her general direction from there is often south towards a drainage line that is just off of Jackie Sabi House, or Annette's camp, that runs east-west, called Baboon Drift, that area. And that's where she's been giving birth a lot over the last couple of years. So I'm not sure, but let's just go and check. You never know. Maybe she tries to come out and hunt on the airstrip. It's very, very possible. And then late afternoon or evening, we'll come back past this way and then maybe Buffelshoek boundary just to see if either Colombo or Marips comes out. So that'll be the plan for our afternoon. All right. So I was just checking where these buffalo cross just to make 100% sure there's no lions tailing them from this side. In the meantime, though, let's send you, I think it's to Eric. I might have got this wrong, but we'll see. It's either going to be Eric or Cedric.
So there's been a bit of a change here. Well, obviously we've managed to get ahead of them as they've all turned off the road and we managed to slip past. But now they've all stopped. The boys are in front, females behind. And these three boys, it's Buti, Ananzi and Kola, seem to be having a bit of a tussle. A few disagreements with each other. That is Buti at the top there. You can see him still wagging his tail. I assume he's also chasing flies away from the wound. Don't want them to lay eggs inside there.
Explore the untamed valleys and thickets with Ralph Kirsten.
Beautiful.
Or venture into the wild with Eric Barnard.
I will take you to my favorite places, show you my favorite animals, share the best stories, and you'll definitely be able to watch the stars.
There are only 6 places available on each safari. For more information and to secure your seat, contact Wild Earth Travel.
Back of the head, it's the same. No. Oh, goodness. You guys better stay there. Don't move. Please. Stay where you are. We are now with the females who seem to be very docile, very calm, not fighting, and have no injuries on their backsides. Mac, no, we don't want any accidents, and we can see that accidents had already happened with both the bulls that are fighting, and clearly they had not learned from it. They're still fighting. It's possible they both could have inflicted that pain, although I think for someone to inflict such a wound to Boetie, it would have to be a big boy. So my guess is Collie or Afstad. They seem like the bully type. I don't think any other elephant has it in them to do such a thing. Although Boetie isn't far off. Yeah. Balara has long tusks, but Balara, I mean, we've seen him fighting. He was fighting with Azeka. And we know that Azeka has no tusks whatsoever, yet Azeka still did the fair amount of beating that day on Balara. So we know Balara, even if he does fight, the chances of him possibly coming out on top are not very, very high. You know, he's a very docile, calm gentleman. Azeka and Boetie, those two naughty boys, they'll definitely get themselves into a bit of a tango with somebody. I think Azeka has learned his lesson. I haven't seen him fighting with any bulls older than him other than Balara. I definitely haven't seen him having a go at Boetie, as he'll get beaten up. Boetie will... That's a fair fight, that. And it is Baluleka. I owe Boetie a Coke. I owe Boetie a Coke and a couple of oranges. I'm sure that will make him more than happy. Oh, she's such a beautiful girl. Has long, straight tusks. You can't miss her. And she's a grandmother. Who would have thought? At 25 years old, she's a grandmother. And that would make Letitia a great-great-grandmother. Because Ayanda is Ambalo's baby. And Ayanda had a baby. Well, Ayanda's had two, actually. Ayanda's got a 4-year-old, and now she's got this 2-year-old. No, a 5-year-old and a 2... Man, she's got a 5-year-old baby, and now she's got this 1-year-old baby. Sure. They've changed their direction a little bit. They're heading more north. Gemma, I try and find out as much as possible. You know, it's taken a while to kind of get to where I am with the elephant knowledge. And a lot of kind of just sitting and watching. Not sitting and kind of like trying to figure out what they're doing, just watching, you know. And you watch them for a certain amount of time, you do start to pick up the ones who are the troublesome ones, because you see they are the ones that are either chasing or getting chased. Then you pick up on the ones who want nothing to do with any form of conflict. Those are the ones running away from the confrontation. So elephant bulls are fighting. They're running away from those elephant bulls. They want nothing to do with it. They don't want to get in the way. And then you can see the ones who are stern, who are ones that you shouldn't take chances with. Those are all the matriarchs. All the matriarchs should not be tried or tested at all. And as well as Collie and Afstad. Afstad is a little bit better now, but he used to be quite a scary boy. I don't know if I'll be able to get them to to sit and to roll over. Just trying to get Anansi to lie down like he did today was quite the effort. So getting them to sit and to roll over. I need the sun to be out, some warm weather and lots of water. And they'll be rolling around in the water, no problem. It's not an excuse. Oh, these two lovely girls. If I'm mistaken, I think that's a manzi there. Oh, they're pulling out of this long restrio grass. Bit of an interesting food source, I would imagine. This is the same type of grass that, well, not the same type, but there's another species of this grass that they will make baskets out of. They will make, not prams. I mean, there was a pram that my older sister used to have that was made out of this kind of like basket-like material. They'll make sometimes hats out of it, but it's mostly baskets and kind of things that you can hold other soft things, mostly like blankets and pillows and stuff like that. And you'll find that sort of throughout South Africa, maybe closer towards the sort of southeastern side of South Africa, so KwaZulu-Natal all the way up, very far southeastern parts of the Eastern Cape. We are going to maybe try and figure out where these Ellies are going to end up. In the meantime, while we do that, we'll send you back over to Cedric to have a look, see what he's doing.
Thanks, Eric. And, well, we are back here with the lions. We had to make our way back here. I just wanted to see what has been happening. And, well, not much has been happening. The lions are still fast asleep. Female and the two males this side, and then another male just further to the left. So, still having a good old nap for the afternoon, but slowly but surely the temperature is starting to drop a little bit, and I'm hoping that we will get something out of these lions before the end of the show, but we've still got a lot of time, so I shall sit here for now and enjoy the sighting. As you know, lions can sleep pretty much most of the day. They're not lazy. People think, but lions are lazy. They're not lazy. You know, while they're sleeping, we're working. And then when we are sleeping, lions, they're busy working. They're busy moving. They're busy patrolling, hunting, doing the lion thing at night time. So just during the daytime, they conserve that energy, save that energy. If they were lazy, they would be all big and plump and, but they've got fantastic muscle built on them. There's all the walking, all the hunting. So, good muscle development. Just like Muscles and Paw. You can imagine Muscles and Paw has to be sleeping all day. You know? Jangboon. The lions are... I'm right. All right, thank you, Jordan. I was just making sure I'm getting that one correct. Jangboon, they are around about... Crows fly from here. 100 to 3, I'd say about 1.5, say 2 kilometers I'll work on 2 kilometers, a crow's fly, direct. I'll say about 2 kilometers southeast from where we are. That's exactly where the buffaloes are, and they're busy coming north. So these boys can quickly cover that distance in minutes. In minutes. And if the buffaloes are going to come north, they're going to come towards maybe Gowrie Dam. These lions just have to walk down Vuyatila Access. They'll end up at Gowrie Dam. And everybody will watch on Dam Cam tonight. Lions busy taking down a buffalo. And yeah, that's it. That's the story. It's happening. I'm predicting it. Yeah. Anyway, that's a perfect time.
This morning we did have some lions. Cedric's probably going to follow that one.
There's no small ones here. It's when they are really tiny that they tend to be super fluffy. They look so cute when they're that age. And it's obviously hard to find a baby animal that isn't cute, but these particular guys, when they're small, are as cute as one can imagine. You can see the light is getting absolutely beautiful now. This is the perfect time that you want to find a leopard on a low, very flat, beautiful branch of a marula tree with no leaves in the way and just posing beautifully, gazing into the sunset. So just throwing that out there. Kuchava, if you're listening, or Tlalamba, if you feel like surprising us. But we don't have much time for that to happen. We've probably got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the sun will be too low and we will no longer get that beautiful light on those branches, which is very sad. I was hoping we'd get something this afternoon, but it's okay. Just got to keep persevering. Eventually it will break our way. It's just one of those things when it's quiet like this. Alright, so I think we'll probably leave these waterbuck and carry on and go and just check out what's happening down at the dam.
Thank you, Tristan. And yes, we are still with the big tawny cats. Still sleeping away. And I thought maybe I want to get moving from here. Just have a quick scan around the side. But I'm just so scared because now it's starting to get to that afternoon. A beautiful golden light. There's impalas that's busy running in the background, hoping that it's going to get their attention, get their heads up. But that hasn't happened as of yet. So, yeah, not too much movement for now. But I'm sure sooner or later. It's going to be very interesting to see if these three boys are going to start roaring tonight. You can imagine. Yep. It's the... You know it, guys. I think 1 minute before the end of drive and they'll start roaring and moving. Yep. Right at the end. How many times has that happened with us? Many, many a time. But let's not jinx it. Let's just wait. Maybe they surprise us this afternoon. Unless, you know what might get them start roaring is if their brother, the other male, because it's supposed to be 4 males, if their brother starts roaring looking for them, then maybe you'll get these 3 guys pretty much responding. We've got beautiful manes, really all of them. The manes are getting nice and full. And that of course shows adulthood. It shows that they are pretty much at their time of their lives to dominate an area, hopefully hold a territory, sire some nice cubs, hoping for us to see them. That'll be fantastic. Sounds like another vehicle is just coming in here. Little bit of stretching now and again. One head is up. He's giving it a bit of a look around. And he's like, what was that? Sounded like a Land Rover. Hello. Mac is stunning light on their mains at the moment, and this is beautiful. Oh, he's getting up. He's checking what is happening there. There is an impala that's busy alarm calling profusely that side, the south of us. I think this male line is just trying to figure out where is it going. Just laughing. The gentleman with the Land Rover that I think he's going in a completely wrong direction there. Look at that beautiful orange light just bouncing off of his mane. And this is that time of the. That's the time of the. I'll chat now. Just waiting for this guy just to go past. Alright, as I said, there is another vehicle that's just arrived here, so. Got a beautiful, beautiful sunlight that's just bouncing off his mane. And it's this time of the afternoon where you get this golden hour coming through now. I'm just really hoping that they move a little bit more into the sun and look directly into the sun, and you get that stunning, even their eyes really kind of show, like, how can I say, the fierceness in their soul. I love it so much. This one's still got a bit of a mohawk at the moment. He hasn't really got that full mane like the other two, yeah. Tammy, yeah, they can sleep with no care, but just remember, if there's elephants coming here, the elephants will chase them. So they got to care about that. I don't think there's going to be complete no care. They still got to be very observant on what's happening. So those ears and their noses are still working all the time. Their eyes are closed, but their other senses are working. Just in case they don't want to get surprised by something. Ooh, there's even one that's snoring and can you hear it? Oh, it did snore. Just listening to this guy snore. I'm snoring. That was quite funny. Definitely a proper. All right, from the 7th of May, we will be going live every Tuesday, so it's this Tuesday coming up for the YouTube members and explorers only. So if you are a YouTube member or if you are an explorer, you'll be able to watch us on a live drive on a Tuesday. Make sure not to miss out on our Tuesday sunrise, and it will be a sunrise and sunset safaris. So yes, make sure that you become a member or an explorer. Yep, that sounds like poor summer evenings. That's what we have to deal with.
You're good, man.
I'm good, are you? Well, we are just going to sit here and see exactly. We'll wait for them to start moving and getting a little bit more active. While we sit here, I think let's head over to Tristan to see what's been happening on his afternoon safari.
Well, we're admiring a giraffe at sunset. The beautiful silhouette when it pops its head up. It's feeding, so it's not always up, but when it does pop up, it's pretty spectacular, isn't it? But Cedric's one to talk. I'm staying next to Cedric at the moment, and I can't even sleep, even when I have the fan on, because Cedric snores so much. So don't worry, Paul. Cedric is worse than you by a long way. That's not true, actually. Cedric doesn't make much noise at all. Well, not that I can hear over the fan. The fan squeaks and clutters too much to hear anything really. So no sort of worries with that, I guess, for us down at the bottom. We used to have a guy that worked here back in the day in 2018, 2019, a guy called Ryan. He was a director for a little while, and he was a tall guy. In fact, he must have been like 6'5" or 6'6" or 6'7", somewhere there. I can't even remember now. But we nicknamed him Dothraki because of how big he was. And he snored like no one I've ever heard in my life. He was in the main part of our staff accommodation, and it was so bad that everyone complained, and then he moved up to Inga's, and then we all complained there too. And then he actually left after that, not because of us complaining about his snoring, but for other reasons. But everyone was very thankful that he had decided to move on. How beautiful is that, though? This is not a scene we typically associate with Djuma. We don't often get giraffe silhouetted against sunsets, and that's because we typically aren't on ridges where we can see the sun setting. Puma, say lovely shot. Well done, Panda. Good job, buddy. It's really nice when the giraffe puts its head up, but this giraffe is being a little bit naughty and kind of feeding and keeping its head down. There we go. See, it does listen. Cool. Like I say, it's not really a shot we associate with this part of the world. We typically don't see too many silhouettes. But it is very, 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 very cool. Oh, it's got a bit of a limp, this giraffe. Not bad. There's a bit of a limp that's taking place. Looks like he's going to feed off that tree. Hold on, Panda. Let me reposition us, and we'll be able to get him all lined up properly again. In fact, it actually might be a bit better because I can get the sun behind his body for you, Panda. Is that better? Let's see if you got the rays. I might have to move a little bit for Panda. Forward a bit? Yeah. Just leave it like that, Panda, so I can see. Oh no, giraffe, put your head up now. If the giraffe puts its head up, it'll be... There we go. I see, now it's moving again. It's not winning for us at the moment, Panda. No, it's still too bright. Let me just go forward a bit, it'll be better if I go forward a bit. So this is what happens sometimes when you guys are not with us, is we go back and forth to try and find the best sort of view that we can get. Phoenix Rising, you say, is so beautiful. Golden moments in the bush. It is indeed a golden moment. It's about as pretty a silhouette as we would possibly get. Like I say, there's very few places on our traverse where we can get this. There's obviously other parts of the Sabi Sands where they have elevation changes and rocky outcrops and things like that where it's possible, but we here are mostly kind of on these Katina slopes with thick, dense areas, and so we don't really get a clean view of the sun setting with a ridge that is high enough that we can silhouette animals. You get a lot of that kind of stuff in desert regions. So if you ever go to the Kalahari, you can do a lot of kind of silhouette kind of things. Kenya, in Mara and Serengeti, particularly on the rocky koppies there.
Explore the untamed valleys and thickets with Ralph Kirsten.
Beautiful.
Or venture into the wild with Eric Barnard.
I will take you to my favorite places, show you my favorite animals, share the best stories, and you'll definitely be able to watch the stars.
There are only 6 places available on each safari. For more information and to secure your seat, contact Wild Earth Travel.
Alright, well, we're at least getting some yawning happening here at the moment, so that is nice. As you can see, this boy is got his head up, Impala's alarm calling. You can see he is just watching those impalas. But it's now getting nice and cool. It's amazing how quickly the temperature changes in this time of the year. When the sun starts setting, temperature just drops. And it's nice for the lions now. That's why you get a bit of yawning, a little bit of movement. Maybe he's going to start grooming himself. I mean, these guys are still young. I mean, I think they're pretty much 7 years old. So, being at 7 years old, 6-7 years old, that is a nice age. And at that age, you'll find that's when they really start looking for a territory. Already at about 6. Even younger, if it's a nice coalition. But it looks like these guys are starting to set up properly now. But yeah, let's head over to Amakara.
Look at what we've found here. 2 white rhinos. Unbelievable. It's absolutely amazing. Didn't know if we were going to find them here. And we weren't necessarily looking for them. But it's a lovely treat. This is a young male and a young female traveling together. I don't think that they are lovers. I still think they're a bit too young to be. They're obviously just enjoying the lovely green grass. I imagine all of our rhinos have been enjoying this lovely green grass as much as the elephants and the other antelopes have. We know that obviously these are primarily primarily grazers, meaning that they eat just the grass. And if it's lovely and green for them, it's perfect. Annika, they do. This is possibly, they may have rolled in some lighter colored soil. Generally rhinos are this kind of darkish grey if they are washed down, but they tend to roll in some lighter color soils, some calc, and that does kind of make them appear a little bit lighter than normal. Sometimes you can get white rhinos and you can get white rhinos. Same with warthogs, you get white warthogs. I call them painted warthogs. You can get white elephants as well. Slowly walking off into the distance. They may actually walk themselves into the bit of the thicket. Not too much, not to show how much they're enjoying this wind. Yes, giant unicorn, indeed. They are. They are and they do very well on the Makala. Everybody loves to see them. And our security team is working across the board to protect them. We're going to send you now back up to Djuma to have a see what the gentlemen up in Djuma are up to.
Well, we just left our giraffe and beautiful sunset. The sun's gone down now, and so it's not the same anymore. And I was just saying to Panda and Nadine, it's frustrating because we drove here yesterday evening, and both Kuchava and the Nkuhumas walked here during the night, exactly the route that we checked yesterday evening. So it was just about 4 hours too early. In fact, actually, probably a lot longer than that even. I know the Nkuhumas were found not too far inside of Nets this morning, so they must have walked here early this morning, come down this way. And then Kuchava, apparently she went in here somewhere. There's a little drainage line that runs parallel with us on the southern end of Chitwa, and her tracks went in there towards that drainage. So I was just checking here in case she had come up onto the airstrip during the course of the afternoon, but the likelihood is she's probably gone more towards, there's a clearing called Golf Plain inside the Nets. It's probably more likely she's headed towards that area, go and look for some rutting impalas to go and hunt. You can tell lions have come through here because there's not a single wildebeest, and yesterday there was a big herd of wildebeest that were here, and now there's not one. So that is always typical of when lions have been around. Wildebeest clear out pretty quickly.
We have an exciting announcement. Wild Earth is launching a YouTube membership program. For a nominal monthly fee, members get an ad-free channel, prioritized questions, early access to videos, and many more perks. You'll get fun features like badges and emojis that'll make you stand out in the chat. YouTube memberships will help us to continue with our mission of connecting people with nature while giving you access to lots of our amazing content.
Hunt these areas here, often in these blocks on my left hand side, and then she cuts through like this over Green Tanks Road that goes into a net, and then she goes down, like I said, towards Golf Plain and then into Baboon Drift. There's a big snake track. This is where we saw yesterday 2 puff adders was in these areas, I think I might have driven over it. No, I didn't, but there you go. You can see that's probably another puff adder, just the width of that track. You can see it across the road. Lots and lots of puff adders in this section of the reserve. So that's pretty fresh. That's probably this afternoon. Let's hear a bird. Also alarm calling here on my left, so maybe that snake is in the grass here. And if you can hear it. I wouldn't be surprised that puff adder is just somewhere in the grass and the bird has got a bird's eye view of it moving, because it did cross from right to left into that direction. So if we were on a bushwalk, we could go and attempt to go look there, but obviously with a vehicle you're just going to chase the snake, which I don't want to do. So we'll let it be and carry on. Cool though, nice track to see. You can see it's crossed this way because of the mounds of soil that have been pushed. Alright, so we're going to carry on, see what else we can find. Maybe we'll get lucky with Kuchava or a last minute Lalamba on our way back to camp side, because we've got a long way to get to home. In the meantime, Cedric's still with the lions, and let's see if they've started to stir.
Thank you, Mr. T. And yes, we are still here with the lions. It looks like another male did get up and moved a little bit this way, so he just kind of nodded his head down again and closed his eyes, having a last little bit of a nap before they have to get going. But I've got a feeling this is going to be all happening on the last minute of drive. Just got this feeling. But he's got a nice hairstyle, very much like a mohawk, like a punk, eh? Like a real punk hairstyle. I like it. Very nice. Even with a bit of the black streaks. Looking good. Brendan Barnes, no, they're not Mohawk sons. These are the sons of the Birmingham males. So not Mohawk sons, the Birmingham boys. Mohawk is from the Voca males. None of them really looked into the direction of where the buffaloes are. So, unless they really know exactly where they are, and they're just not too phased about it at this point of time. But the direction they came from the southwest. So if they're going to move, I've got a feeling they might move further east, maybe towards our camp area. Maybe towards Gari Dam. Very possible. I've got the male K4, that's the one that's closest to us. He's got that little nice nick above his left eye. He was the male that was on Juma the other night, or other morning and evening. We found him on that big open clearing that is just south of our camp. And he went north, but it looks like he pretty much joined his brothers over the last 3-4 days. And then all 4 of them were seen then yesterday. All 4 males with their sister. So I'm not too sure exactly what happened to the other male. He might be somewhere a little bit further behind them. They might have been chased by the plain camp males, and then they all split up, and these 4 ended up together, and another one got separated. But I think if the plain camp males come, those 2 male lions come this side, I think tomorrow morning is going to be very interesting. And then tomorrow morning, you never know, maybe these guys get to a buffalo and kill a buffalo, and then as a draw, maybe those other 2 males towards that buffalo. Then you are going to get a lot of chaos happening. So I think we're going to keep our ears open tonight while we're at camp.
Quite close, yeah. Just in case they do start getting vocal, we can just go and do a couple of unfortunately, you can't have drinks on this property.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. So if those plain camp males start calling whatever, if they start calling, I'm sure these guys might even respond. Alright, cool. I'll do that. So just letting the other guy know. If they do start calling, I must just let him know. Because it is something amazing when you hear 3 male lions calling together. My best was I heard 4 Majinga lions when they called. So as soon as one calls, starts vocalizing for the night time, and when it vocalizes, all to let other males know, listen, we are here, this is our area. And they've got the typical and when one starts calling like that, you'll find that the other boys, the other males will also join in. And why they all join in together is then to let other males know, listen, there's not just one male there, but there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 males there, and so they all join in at once. So I'm hoping that happens tonight. It's just to announce their presence. And why they mainly do it at night time is that the noise travels further at night. And especially when they're in a nice elevated area. Sometimes they'll be on these big clearings, and if you're on a clearing like this and you start calling, you don't have any obstacles or obstructions here for that noise to kind of go further. So when you're on a clearing like this, that noise actually travels further. If you are elevated, even travels further. So they always kind of work out their position before they start calling. Anyway, while we're going to sit here and hoping for those calls, let's head over to Tristan.
Now, we've got one of our coolest caterpillars that we get out here in the Swabi Sands, and this is a dice moth caterpillar. You can see it's beautiful sort of banded coloration with a bright orange head and then a little bright orange tip at the end of its body, and then it's got these crazy little spiky feathery things that come off from there. Now it's crawling along, it's on a little blade of grass on the edge of the road, so just kind of put it on to our dashboard so we can actually see it nicely, and then I'll put it back onto the road shortly. Oopsie, sorry little caterpillar, you're too heavy to go onto that part of the grass. But what's fascinating with these guys is obviously these big, hairy sort of protuberances that come off of it. But also, if you look at it, it's got this neon orange head, and then the back part of it is also a neon orange. So it's actually very difficult for any predators to make out which is the front and the back. And it's almost giving you the illusion that it's got 2 heads, and therefore not easy to be attacked from any direction. The other side of it is it's got huge amounts of aposematic coloration. So anytime you get reds, oranges, bright blues, bright greens mixed with blacks and whites, it's telling everybody, don't eat me, I'm not something that is edible. But it has got a most amazing way that it moves. You can see it kind of stretches its body along with those front 3 pairs of legs, and then the back set comes and pulls forward and clasps on. Isn't that cool? Same little caterpillar. It'll probably get you off the road because somebody's going to drive over this little thing if it's anywhere near the road. You can see it's trying to work out where it actually is. So I'm not going to leave it on the dashboard for too long, but that's very cool. So Shreyas, no, we don't often show them, unfortunately, anymore because, we obviously don't spend a lot of time on foot. But if we did a lot of bushwalks, we used to find them regularly. They weren't that uncommon on bushwalk. So we used to see them fairly regularly. Sorry, I just want to put the grass in front so I can put him back on the grass and then actually back where he belongs. But they actually are a little bit more common than people realize. It's just that you can't see them with the vehicle that easily. All right, I'm going to put it back into the grass and let it go on its merry way. In the meantime, let's send you back across to Cedric with those lions.
Nice, Tristan. A lovely find. Wow. Awesome stuff. What an afternoon. Magic all around. Oh, the sunset safari on this stunning Saturday afternoon. As you can see, our lions are still sleeping. It'll be very interesting if these boys call. I wonder if their sister's going to join them. Maybe she'll join in as well. Just for the fun of it. I'd love to know. Because sometimes if you've got a dominant males and they're calling and they're with a pride of lions, you usually find the older females in that pride also starts calling with the males. And it becomes quite a vocal experience. The sun is set, it's getting dark. Tammy, there is no Talamati breakaways. The Talamati breakaways have been named Talamatis now. So it's just the Talamati pride, the female, and the two sub-adults. And I'm not too sure exactly the last location of the Talamati pride. I think the last I heard they were in Singita. So that's the last time I heard. And they're doing very well, they looked very good. So I might be wrong, maybe somebody else has got an update for that pride, but that's the last I heard. What was that female's name? Tialele. Tialele, eh? Remember for the Talamati pride? Yeah, I think so. Tialele. Let's just double check. I always forget her name. It's a beautiful name. It's nice and tranquil here at the moment, nice and silent for the time being. But this will change up very, very soon. Lana, the lifespan of a male lion is about 13, 14 years old. About 13 or 14 years old. And the females, they'll get to about 16, 17. And the males have got... I thought I heard something there. Males have got much more of I can say, a tougher life in a way when it comes to fighting territory, bigger areas, more walking, more ground to cover. So they tend to have a little bit more wear and tear compared to the females. And we'll eventually see when males get to like 13, 14 years old, their carnassial shears, the teeth that they need to really kind of cut through the hide or cut through the meat is completely worn down, like almost little stumps, and then they really struggle to put that amount of protein into their system. And as soon as they don't put that amount in, they lose body condition, and losing body condition, end of the day, they get taken out by other predators.
on safari.
And again, if they're designed to sit in the water can be cold as well. So they have to have a layer of fat somewhere that can, help protect them from the elements. As most of these animals are going to start getting these fluffy coats, or the winter coats. And that's going to help with a lot of the elements, especially at nighttime. Oh, it's going to get cold here at nighttime. Sometimes even getting to -2, -3 in some places. So it can get really cold. Obviously, we're not going to be experiencing those temperatures now. I'd say that's more like a June, July type of temperature. June, July, August. It's going to be very, very chilly. That's fine. It means our cat sightings should, in theory, be better in the winter, as it's not hot for them. They don't want to disappear.
Well, we are still here with the very sleepy lions. As you can see, not much movement at all. I think they are trying to take in as much rest as possible. But I've got a feeling as soon as they hear that first lion calling, it's going to get them going. And as soon as those other males that's in the west start calling, or even if their brother starts calling, I'm sure these guys are going to roar for us. African sunset, yeah, look, they do play with, not often, I think maybe the younger ones. Maybe the younger ones will play with their kill. But other than that, look, the older ones, they don't want to play. They rather want to just bring it down, finish it up, and then and eat. You know. So, but I've seen the younger ones, the sub-adults, sometimes just practicing on certain prey, but eventually, of course, killing it. So it does happen. Oh yes. But it's not a common thing. I think that everyone, especially like these older ones now, like these 3 males and this female, if they grab something here now, there's going to be no game. It's a meal. They need to eat. They want to eat. Look at like half his eyes open. There's a half. We're halfway there. Halfway there. Now he's sleeping again. I've seen it happen before. I've seen a sister stay with the Ottawa males when they got pushed out by the Tumbela males that came into the area, and the Ottawa males, they were pretty much the offspring of can't remember exactly. I think it was for the Matimbas. Can't remember, but from the Ottawa Pride. There was 3 males and their sister, exactly like this. And she stayed with them for quite some time. But I don't know what happened to them. They moved out from the west. Apparently they were seen in the Kruger National Park, far south to Kruger Park Gate. And all right, let's go to Tristan.
Well, we're getting closer to our intended target because we found a predator and it's got spots. It's not quite a leopard, but it's a very cool view of a genet that is perched on a fallen over tree. It's being very relaxed as well. Normally they just slink off, but this one is just sitting listening to us. I think it's also because there's impala mating in front of us and there's moving around. So I think it's just listening to those, and you can hear their rutting in front of us. But not often, like I say, we get a stationary genet. Very, very cool. Okay, buddy. I hear you. These impalas making noise. The rut has actually not been too hectic. I was saying to Panda, I'm actually quite surprised how few impalas we've been seeing. But it's nice to actually hear that there is some rutting going on, because rutting is like a dinner bell to predators. You'll find a lot of the leopards, when they hear it, they come straight away to that area because they know that the impala is distracted. And you can see how that genet's ears are working overtime because of all the noise of the running of the impalas and the snorting and the grunting. Jelly B, you say, oh, wow, this is a very cool sighting of a genet. It's extremely relaxed. I wonder if it doesn't go to Chitwa. We're very close to Chitwa Camp at the moment, so I wonder if it doesn't actually head towards Chitwa Camp, and that's why it's not too worried about us. Genets that go, there we go. Look at that long tail, isn't that cool? What's that scene? It's almost like it's now in some sort of hunting mode. Isn't that amazing how it just goes from sitting, almost looks like it's ready to pounce. Bum is wiggling like a leopard would wiggle when it's about to pounce. Let's see if it goes flopping down the other side. Might be a little bird there, or a mouse, or a little lizard or something that it's heard. Darkman Lover, indeed. It is a cool last minute genet. Like I say, we're getting closer to the intended target. Spots and eats things is where we're at now. We just need to upscale this slightly and give it a bit more of a yellow coloration, and I think we'll be pretty close to what we need. But either way, it's still very, very cool to see one for this length of time. But you can see how they can be tricky to find. You look at the camouflage on that now. If you were driving along and it's not facing you and you don't actually get the eye shine There is no ways that you're going to spot a genet in that. There it goes, just sneaking off behind the bush. Let me just roll back a bit, Panda. So, Andrew, the video guy, you say one of your all-time favorite sightings. Well, I'm glad. It's very cool. We've got to find, pleasure in all the sightings that we get, but it is something that we don't see all that often, and for as long as what we're seeing this now. Genets are amazing, amazing little creatures. We actually had a genet that used to be in camp, and it used to hunt the bush babies there, and it was fascinating to watch how it went about hunting bush babies. A bush baby is not an easy thing to hunt at all, and that genet was very good at it. It used to catch them quite regularly, and then I was recently in the Kruger and saw the exact same behavior. Is there two there, or is it just one? I can see one, but it's flopping about all over the place. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah, its tail is hanging down, then it's falling out the tree, then it's turning and twisting. It must be just the one. It's hard to see what's going on there, but... SafariLIVE, it's an adult genet, this. Don't know where in the world are you, because that always dictates what... we're using, whether we're using inches or centimeters or meters. I would say from tail tip to the end of the face is a meter, probably. That would be about the length of it, somewhere close to that. So they're not tiny, but they're very short. So their legs are very short, and they don't stand that tall at all. Probably only in terms of height, I would say that these are probably about 15 centimeters at the shoulder, maybe. 15, 20 centimeters at the shoulder. So they're not tall animals, but they're very, very long tail, as you saw when it was going up, and an extended body, a bit weasel-like. I think it's having a little groom there. Let's see, maybe it'll come out and show itself a little bit more. It seems to be still moving around.
Explore the untamed valleys and thickets with Ralph Kirsten.
Beautiful. En garde.
Or venture into the wild with Eric Barnard.
I will take you to my favorite places, show you my favorite animals, share the best stories, and you'll definitely be able to watch the stars.
There are only 6 places available on each safari. For more information and to secure your seat, contact Wild Earth Travel.
think this genet is going to be pretty well hidden from now, so we'll probably leave it be for this stage. I'm not obviously going to off-road for a genet, and all I would do is end up chasing it away anyway. It's not going to stay in the tree if we went that direction. I was trying to see if there was more than one there, but it just looks like the one. There's only one tail that's hanging down, and I can't see any sign of any others moving around. I think it's just, like I say, prepping for the night, getting ready to go. I don't know, maybe is there too? There seems to be something on the right side. What do you think, Panda? It's like a head on the right, and then there looks like a head on the left. Can't really see either. It's difficult to make it out. No, maybe just on the left side there. There's the tail twirling around. Seems like it's going to come back out. No, going back up. There's definitely just one. Alright, little genet. Thank you for that. We're going to let you be and see what else we can find on our way home.
Well, we've got a little scrubby, and he's just sitting on the road, listening out with his big ears. Very, very adorable. I love these little scrubbies at night time. They're so busy, and they're very quick. Very powerful hind legs. I can actually hear something moving somewhere. Sounds like there's some elephants behind us, but in the bush. I see a lot of branches and that busy moving there. Maybe let's just try and turn around here quickly and see if we can get them and pop.
Yeah.
Let's see quickly. Maybe somewhere, yeah. I'll get my torch out and just double check. Yeah, I think they're a little bit further inside, yeah. Oh. There might be a... I think they're a little bit deep inside, yeah. Oh, we'll maybe get some elephants for the last minute of drive. No, it doesn't look like we are going to get them. I think they're a little bit far inside. But yes, I'm going to stop right here. I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the comments and questions this afternoon. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful sunset safari on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, Saturday Catterday. Nice to have some lions, nice to do all the other things, some buffaloes, elephants, caterpillars, a genet, so even a Verreaux's eagle owl, so quite a variety this afternoon, which is always fantastic. So yes, but please make sure that you do join us again tomorrow morning for our sunrise safari. And yes, it's Sunday Fun Day tomorrow, and hoping that we're going to find some more amazing cat action and some other stuff as well. But yes, from the Wild Earth crew, from Muscles and Paw and myself, have a wonderful evening, and we shall see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Good night, everybody.